All right, today we're going to learn about frequency tables and how to read them, how to find the percentages from them. This is a very easy lesson if you pay attention and know how to read them. It can be very difficult for those that do not know how to read the frequency table. So we have two ways to read it. These are the labels, the cats and the dogs, and these are male and females, not male and female cats, but male people. So we have the vertical way of reading it. We have 5 cats, 25 more cats, and then we have a total of 30 cats. Dogs, 30 dogs, 15 more dogs, 45 dogs total. And then we have the horizontal way, which we have 5 males, 30 males, making us have 35 males. And then we have females, 25 females, 15 females, making a total of 40 females. And all in all, there are 75 cats and dogs, and there are 75 male and females. This is going to make more sense in a minute. So where the two vertical and horizontal is like calling the X and Y axis, where they intersect, that is the combination of those two things. So it says how many males have cats. So these are males, these are the males, and these are cats. So there are 5 males that have cats. Simple as that. 5 males that have cats. So if we ask how many males have dogs, there are 30 males that have dogs. Simple as that. How many females have cats? Well, there are 25 females that have cats. So it says, what percent of males have cats? So the percentage of males will be how many males actually have cats, 5, over the total amount of males there are. And how many males are there? This is when we get to this, everybody. There are 35 males. Remember, males is on the horizontal axis. So 5 over 35 gives us 0.143, and we will be rounding to the nearest 10. And so, move the decimal over twice, 1, 2, and we get 14.3%. It says how many females have dogs. Okay, females are right here. That have dogs are right here. They intersect right here. Females with dogs right here. How many of them? 15. Okay, and then what percentage of females have dogs? Well, there are 40 total females. 15 of them have dogs. 15 over 40 gives us 0.375. Move the decimal twice, and we want to turn it into a percent, or we multiply it by 100, and we get 37.5%. So again, we read the frequency table, or we call this a two-way table, by understanding the columns and the rows. The intersection of them is how we read them. So there are 25 females that like cats or have cats. And there are 15 females that have dogs. So this is pretty simple, but when it starts to combine everything like what we're about to do, it can become a little more difficult. So it says, let's start from the beginning. It says, how many 6th grade students bring their lunch? Now let's talk about this. So this is the 6th grade class. This is the 7th grade class. This is the 8th grade class. There are a total of 200 6th graders. There are a total of 265 7th graders. There's a total of 231 8th graders, which brings us to a total of 696 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. Okay? There are a total of 450 that bring their lunch. There's a total of 246 that do not bring their lunch, which brings us to a total of 696 students that bring and do not bring their lunch. Okay? 125 of those 6th graders bring their lunch. 75 of those 6th graders do not. So that's how we read this. Okay, it says how many 6th grade students bring their lunch. Okay, bring their lunch. 6th grade, bring their lunch. They intersect right there. 125 of these people. Then it says what percent of 7th graders do not bring their lunch. So percent of 7th graders. These are the 7th graders that do not bring their lunch. Okay, there are 77 of them that do not bring their lunch, but percent deals with how many, the part over the whole. So there's 265 of them total. Okay, if you put that into your calculator, it's going to be about 29%. I know y'all can punch that into your calculators. Okay, so let me erase this. The next part says, what percent of students bring their lunch? So what percent of all the students that bring their lunch? Well, bring their lunch, there's 450 of people, students that bring their lunch. And there are 696 total students. All. I put 699. So when you put it in your calculator, remember we round it to the nearest tenth, we get 64.7%. Okay, then the next thing it says, how many 8th graders bring their lunch? How many? Just how many? How many bring their lunch? There are 137 8th graders that bring their lunch. How many students bring their lunch? Students, it's talking about all the students. Well, there are a total of 450 students that bring their lunch. What percent of students do not bring their lunch? So do not bring their lunch. Okay? So there are students, not 6, 7, or 8. It says the total of students. So there's 246 students that do not bring their lunch. Students who do not bring their lunch out of a total of 696 students. When we round to the nearest tenth, we get, I can't read my handwriting, 35.3%. Okay, make sure you're understanding this. This is not hard. Follow the table and we will be fine. All right, then it says, what percent of 6th graders do not bring their lunch? So 6th graders that do not bring their lunch, there's 75 of them. It's a percent, so we're not putting out any of these numbers because they do not represent any percents. So there's 75 of them who do not bring their lunch, 6th graders. There's 200 total 6th graders. So that gives us about 37.5%. How many 7th graders bring their lunch? Okay, 7th graders that bring their lunch, 7th graders that bring their lunch. They didn't ask for the percent, so they're looking for a number. What percent of 7th graders bring their lunch? Okay, 7th graders that bring their lunch are 188. How many 7th graders do we have in all? 265. So we have a total or a percentage of 70.9%. And then the last question, what percent of 8th graders do not bring their lunch? These are the 8th graders do not bring their lunch. There are 94 of them that do not bring their lunch, but that's not the percentage. There are 231 8th graders in all, which brings us to 40.7%. All right, so I hope you understand what's going on. You're going to have a chance to answer these questions here. Start you off easy. And then you will answer these questions here. Yes, it's one extra row, but it's the same concept from what we just went over here and here. Well, this has been great. And like always, I'm about to sign off. Have a great day.